Hello, welcome back to Tactical Tuesday with Johnny Tiger on June 15, 2021. Before we start today, I want you to meet my new friend. What is that? Well, that is a homemade lower torso. You see, before I started doing today's recording, I was thinking about, well, how am I supposed to show you guys the techniques from how to attack from the ground position when my only training dummy, Bruce, doesn't have legs. So after fiddling around a little bit and tapping into my creative muses, I took a pair of my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu pants and I stuffed the legs of the pants and the crotch of the pant, and there we have. Not very nice looking, but definitely recognizable lower torso with right leg, left leg. Now we can do our techniques. A little bit crude, perhaps, but hey, it will serve its purpose. So, last episode, we talked about if we're down on the floor, belly down, and several things we could do from that position, including how to extract your own self-defense tool and how to get a person on your back off of you. Now, unfortunately, there are a lot more from that position that it's just going to be really hard for me to show you without an actual person sitting on my back or pinning me down. Uh, it's going to be very difficult unless I want to go out and spend $100 getting a grappling dummy, and then we can do that. But well, I might still do that, but it's not going to get here in time. Oh, by the way, any of you feel like donating for grappling dummy for Night Strike self defense? Be my guest. Um, so we're going to move on, assuming that you have gotten off the ground. Like I said, the first thing you want to think about is how to face the person. You want to keep the person to your side or in front of you. You don't want them to be behind you like this. Because if they're behind you like this, that means they can jump onto your back anytime they want. Right? So once you get up to your knee, now you're on your hand and your knee. Ideally, you want to think about getting on your feet. And it's as simple as pushing up, hand in front of your face, protecting your face, put one foot on the ground. So now you're on one knee, one foot, hand defending, and then you just stand up and start making distance, back away, or charge in, attack them, whatever you want to do. But what if they're too close for you to do this? Huh? What if I'm on the ground, I'm on my hands and knees, and they're right here in front of my face, right? The moment I get up, they're going to start rushing me down, back down to the floor, or stuff like that. Now, what if they're this close beside me? What am I going to do? Okay, I can't just get out from here because the moment I get out, my head pops above the belt line. They can start punching me, or as soon as I get to here, this knee will come up and get me in the face. I mean, I can try to block this, but it's going to be messy, right? So we're going to look at a few scenarios, a few things we can do while we are in this uh, sort of turtle position when you're on all fours, when you're on your hands and your knee. Now, this is not uh, for those of you who study Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I know this is not the actual turtle position. The actual turtle position is down on your elbow and your knee and you tuck in like this, right? That's turtle. But we don't want to do that because we are not doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We don't want to stay on the ground, okay? So once we are in this uh, modified turtle, let me just call this modified turtle position. What can we do to start going on the offensive? Let's start with the person is in front of us, directly in front of us. Okay, this distance. First, of course, you want to watch out for them kicking you. Then you don't have to worry too much about them hitting you from this position because for them to hit me, they have to bend down, which is awkward for them, right? But I do have to worry about the kicks. So at this point, there's a couple of options that I'm going to show you guys. First though, when you're on the ground, your primary attack will go to the leg or the groin. The leg or the groin. Don't try to reach above belt line because you're not going to have very good leverage beyond that. Now, a lot of people practice this hammer fist from the ground. Okay, on this target, it's okay. It will just tip over if you hit it with your hammer fist and look like your hammer fist works. But if we look at the real person's leg, that's a shin bone, that's a knee, which is a hard target. So when you use your fist on someone's leg, there's an old Chinese say that said no matter how strong your arm's not going to outperform someone else's leg. And that is really true. If I stand down here and I try to punch, and I hit their shin with my hand, I hit their knee with my hand, or if I hit their thigh or their boot with my hand, most likely I'm going to damage my hand more than I will damage them. Because I don't know. I don't know if this person that just brought me down to the ground. I mean, let's look at logic here. I've been training in martial arts for uh, upward of 32 years. If that person over there bring me down to the ground and he's still standing, probably means he is at least equally trained or better trained than I am, which means he probably has done a lot of conditioning. He might be a kickboxer, he might be an MMA fighter. Do I really want to use my hand on his leg? Probably not, because chances are that his leg is going to be a lot tougher than my hand. Okay, so from here, I don't want to hammer fist his shin or his knee. Okay, rather, if I'm going to hit him at all, my hammer fist is going to hit the inside of his knee, the inside of his thigh. I don't care how conditioned you are, those target hurts. So I'm not going to go from outside in. I'm going to go from the inside out, like that. Okay, go from the inside out rather than outside in. The problem with this setup here is I'll have to constantly adjust it because it's not going to stand back up on its own. And if it did, I'm going to be screaming because that means there's something demonic going on here. So, again, hammer fist. I don't want to hit the knee. I don't want to hit the outside of the leg. I don't want to hit the shin. I don't want to hit the foot. Right? I want to go from inside in. And if you look at my hand, I go in an upward trajectory. Okay? So I start from the middle between the leg, swing up and out, contacting the side or the groin. Okay, that's one way of hitting from this angle when I'm on the ground and they're standing in front of me. Okay, I can hit with a hammer fist, or some people are thinking uppercut. Okay, some people are thinking uppercut. But if you look at uppercut angle from here, it's extremely awkward. By the time my fist get to their groin, I'm at the limit of my reach, unless I pop myself up. But then I'm out of reach, right? If I pop myself off the ground, they're already out of my arm's reach, but I'm still within kicking range. Okay? So don't do the uppercut from here. Rather than the uppercut, watch this. Have the back of your hand facing towards them. Have the palm, your own palm, facing your own leg, and just swing straight up into the groin. Straight up. You have way more range that way, and you can deliver a heck of a lot of power that way, right? Just like a groin kick. So already we have hammer to the inside of the leg and swing the arm right up into the groin from this point, right? Those are two options. I'll show you guys a third, my own personal favorite. If the person has the audacity to approach me from the front when I'm down on all fours like this, then I'm going to do, well, some of us seen this, a version of this move in the Gladiator movie, okay? I'm going to curl myself in. I'm going to huddle down, coil up my body. The moment they come into grabbing range, I'm going to reach in, my hand going to reach in between their feet, cupping their ankle from the inside. From the inside. Why am I not grabbing from the outside? Because if I grab from the outside, my face is completely open. They can kick me. But if I loop in and cup them from the inside, that's a lot harder for them to kick me. They'll have to get past my arm, right? Okay, just little details, little details make a lot of difference in self-defense. Okay, so I'm going to curl my body in, huddle low to the ground. When they get close enough, I cup the inside of their ankle and then shoot my head right into the groin. Okay, my head come forward right into the groin. A groin headbutt. You can't beat that. Okay, again, think of yourself. I'm sure some of you might remember those toys we have when we were children that you wind them back and then you let go and then they spring forward. Right? Think of yourself as one of those. Right? So load yourself nice and low, coil in to the ground. When they come close, grab them inside of the ankle and then shoot your head right into the groin. Right into the groin. Huh? Those are some of the things you can do. Get back up here. When you are down there on all fours and the person is approaching you, let me fix his leg. There we go. No, 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 don't fall over. Okay. Now, those are some of the things you can do when the person directly in front of you. Okay? Now I'll show you guys what to do when the person is to the side, like this. Now, I'm down, I'm down on all fours, and the person coming up to the side of me, like this. Maybe thinking about jumping onto my back, diving onto my back crosswise from there. Okay? Very simple technique. From here, I'm going to shuffle into them. Let them, I'm going to go meet them. Okay, they come toward me. I move into them. It's kind of like our puppy dog get out. I'm going to press the side of my body into them. From here, I post up on my other side, elbow and knee. So my inside, the side that's close to them, come off the ground. My elbow hit the one knee joint. My knee hit the other knee joint in a slithering motion. That will bring them down to the ground and still allow me to scramble away. Let me change the angle so maybe you guys can see that better. I'm down on my hands and knees. The person is approaching from the side. Rather than trying to scramble away, I'm going to shuffle in to meet him. My elbow and my knee will come together over their neck. Right? Like that. Adjusting the legs. Okay. Not staying standing. Taking on too much damage. Okay, there we go. Now, another technique that I employ sometimes is, and this will take a bit of timing because you need to wait for them to have a wider stance than this. If the stance is narrow, if the feet are closer together, then you want to do the one I just showed you. Get them between your elbow and your knee to bring them down. Now, if the person have a wider stance, kind of like that. Come on, stay standing. Yep. If the person have a wider stance like this, right, then if we try to do this, the elbow and knee stuff is not going to work very good. The stance is too wide. Okay. In this case, what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to shimmy in towards them, and this time I'm going to hook my arm over one leg from the inside. I'm going to underhook the leg, and then I'm going to use my foot to kick the other leg out from under them. Okay, so I'm extending my body between their legs to bring them down. One more from the side. I'll show you guys. Okay, this one fell over already. Hold on. It's getting a little bit floppy after all the abuse has been taken. Uh, there we go. Oh, there we go. So, one more from the side. One more from the side. If the person is, and now this one is a courtesy of my beautiful, intelligent girlfriend because she's extremely flexible. If you're not very flexible, this one is going to be a little harder. Let me turn the other way so you guys can see my leg motion. Okay? Let's say the person is coming from my right. Coming from my right. What you want to do when they get close is Shift your weight onto your right hand and right knee to free up your left leg. Free up your left leg, the leg that's away from them. Okay. So from this point, you want to bring your knee in with your left leg, and then as you kick back, twist your lower body, boom, right into the groin. Beautiful, beautiful cross-body kick that I personally am not very good at, but my girlfriend is actually really deadly with that one. So I thought I wanted to include that. What if the person's attacking from behind? Let's say the person end up behind me. Okay, come on, stay standing. We're almost done. We're almost done. Your torment is almost over with. Stay standing a little bit longer. You're leaking stuffing all over the place. Uh, trying to make sure that he would stay standing for this last part. Come on, bloody thing. There we go, I think. Oh, no, it's still going to tip over, eh? Well, now this is really starting to irritate me because it's not cooperating. Wow, come on. Just the last part of the video and we'll be over with. I can hang you back on the wall. You can go back to being a pair of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu pants. And there we go. There we go. A bit of sweet talking. Yeah. So, let's say the person coming up behind me. Now, of course, we all know the good old donkey kick or mule kick that boom right into the groin or the leg. So that one almost goes without showing, right? But what if the guy is already past that point where he is getting ready to sit down on me? Okay. Well, what about the guy is already uh, got his leg on my back like this, okay? And he's just in the process of coming down on me. In this case, there's a couple of things you can do, um, depending on your level of training. But I'm going to show you guys one of the easier ones that don't require you to be some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Hmm? Let's say the person is coming down on me from the back like this. Rather than trying to struggle out of the way, instead, I'm going to drop down onto my side. I'm going to lay down onto my side. Okay, immediately there's a lot of space between his groin and my body. Okay, so at this point, as soon as I turn, I'm going to sit up and my elbow, boom, right down into the groin. Okay, watch that again. I'm on my O4s. He's trying to sit astride me. He's coming onto my back. I drop down to one hip, boom, elbow right into the groin. No problem at all. Okay, there's so much more intricacy when we're talking about dealing with someone who's attacking you while you're down on the ground. But I think what we have today with our limited homemade equipment should be good enough to give you guys some basic understanding. And since I already have this nice little homemade lower torso, I'm going to cap this off with a very traditional groin kick. Thank you for checking out today's Tactical Tuesday. Remember, if you like what you get on these daily videos, check out the Johnny Tiger Experience podcast. You can find it on any podcast platform, and me and my girlfriend just discovered it the other day. If you have an Amazon Echo, you can say, Alexa, play the Johnny Tiger Experience podcast, and it will work. Hopefully, we'll see you guys there, and we'll be back tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesday. For now, have a good night.